Welcome to this video on political interference in recruitment and selection, featuring a case study of the Agotime Ziope District Assembly in Kpetoe. The video outline covers the background and problem statement, research objectives and questions, literature review and theories, methodology, findings and discussion, and finally, conclusions and recommendations. Recruitment and selection are key HR functions. Ghana's local government, through district assemblies, mandates merit-based hiring under Act 936. However, concerns about political influence persist, making the Agotime Ziope District Assembly a relevant case study. The problem statement focuses on 4 key areas. These include patronage and clientelism, the resulting competence gap, structural vulnerability due to political appointments, and the decline in morale and justice perception. The study is justified by the need for evidence on local government politicization, which is currently under-researched. Our findings will support transparency reforms and contribute to sustainable local development through merit-based staffing. Our main objective is to examine the extent and nature of political interference in the Agotime Ziope District Assembly's recruitment process. Specific objectives involve identifying forms of interference, the roles of political actors, and assessing the effects on meritocracy, competence, performance, morale, and fairness. The video will address 4 key research questions: the forms of political interference, the key political actors involved, how interference affects merit-based recruitment and staff competence, and the impact on employee morale and perceptions of fairness. The scope is confined to the Agotime Ziope District Assembly and focuses on recruitment and selection. Limitations include the local specificity of findings and the risk of response bias inherent in researching a sensitive topic. Chapter 2 defines key concepts. Recruitment is the systematic process of attracting qualified individuals. Selection involves evaluating and choosing the best candidates. Political interference is the direct or indirect involvement of political actors in employment decisions. Meritocracy is the principle of filling positions based on ability and competence. The theoretical framework utilizes 3 key perspectives. The resource-based view sees employees as strategic assets. Expectancy theory explains how political bias breaks the link between effort and reward. Person-organization fit highlights the alignment between individual and organizational values for higher commitment. Literature identifies several forms of political interference, including partisan patronage as a reward for loyalty, central control pressure from district chief executives, and clientelism through strategic appointments. Other forms are informal lobbying by MPs and local operatives, panel manipulation, and an institutional culture that normalizes nepotism. Key political actors influencing recruitment decisions include district chief executives, members of parliament, party executives, local political operatives, central government officials, and influential assembly members. Their involvement often leads to compliance by HR officers due to fear of reprisal or incentives. Political interference has 4 main effects. It undermines meritocracy by prioritizing loyalty over competence, reduces staff competence leading to poor service delivery, weakens organizational performance through poor management and planning, and erodes institutional legitimacy when recruitment is visibly politicized. Interference breaks procedural integrity, reducing the belief in fair processes. This leads to a decline in intrinsic motivation and commitment due to perceived unfairness. It also erodes psychological safety and weakens organizational identification when merit rhetoric contradicts political practice. Our conceptual framework positions political interference in recruitment and selection as the independent variable. Organizational justice perception and workplace culture act as mediating or moderating variables. The dependent variables are employee morale, motivation, and fairness, with organizational performance as an outcome. Chapter 3 covers the research methodology. We used a quantitative descriptive correlational survey with 101 respondents at the Agotime Ziope District Assembly. Sampling employed a mix of purposive, simple, random, and proportional allocation using a structured Likert scale questionnaire. The sample size of 101 was calculated using Yamane's formula, accounting for a population of 120 and a 5% margin of error. The calculation resulted in an initial sample of 92, which was adjusted by 10% for non-response. Data quality was assured through content and construct validity. Reliability was confirmed via a Cronbach's alpha pretest. The data collection involved administering questionnaires in person over 2 weeks, ensuring anonymity. Moving to Chapter 4, the demographic profile shows a majority of male respondents at 55.4% and the largest age group is 25 to 35 years at 35.6%. In terms of education, the primary groups hold diplomas/HNDs or first degrees. The gender distribution confirms the male majority. The age distribution chart visually reinforces the concentration of respondents in the 25 to 35 age bracket, which is Category 2. These charts detail the educational background and years of service. Most respondents hold diplomas, HNDs, or first degrees, and the distribution of experience levels is relatively even across different service ranges. Findings on the forms and sources of political interference, as presented in Table 4.1, indicate high levels of agreement on the existence of interference in recruitment at the Assembly. The combined agreement percentage reveals that the most prominent source of interference is political party affiliation, closely followed by patronage as a reward for party loyalty. Table 4.2 details the roles of political actors. High agreement percentages confirm that the district chief executive and local political operatives frequently initiate or influence recruitment decisions, including recommending specific individuals. Table 4.3 presents the effects of interference on meritocracy and performance. The data shows strong agreement that political interference undermines merit-based recruitment and lowers the competence of new staff. Visualizing the impact, a significant majority of respondents agree that political interference undermines merit-based recruitment and negatively affects organizational performance and service delivery. Table 4.4 examines the impact on employee morale and fairness. There is high agreement that interference negatively affects employee morale, creates perceptions of unfairness, and reduces trust in the system. When combining agreement percentages, 77.3% of respondents agree that political interference negatively affects employee morale, while 75.3% report that it creates perceptions of unfairness in the process. In summary, over 70% of respondents confirmed political influence in recruitment. Specifically, 73.3% agree that political actors recommend individuals, 77.2% believe meritocracy is undermined, and over 75% report negative impacts on morale and fairness. Chapter 5 provides the conclusions. Demographically, the Assembly has a balanced, young, and educated workforce capable of providing critical assessment. Politically, interference is systemic and widespread, driven primarily by patronage and party loyalty. Political actors actively influence candidate selection, intervene to favor applicants, and shape panel composition. Their active and direct involvement extends into the actual decision-making process. Political interference profoundly impacts morale and fairness. Over 77% agree that politically driven recruitment creates dissatisfaction and discouragement. Staff feel demotivated, and 75.3% perceive a strong sense of unfairness, leading to reduced trust in the recruitment system. Our first recommendation is implementing strict merit-based procedures and enforcing standardized recruitment policies. Second, separate political and administrative roles by clearly restricting political actors to oversight, not operational selection. Third, insulate recruitment panels using trained HR professionals to prevent political influence. Other recommendations include using technology-driven recruitment through digital platforms and computerized shortlisting to reduce human interference. We also recommend strengthening institutional oversight by bodies like the Local Government Service Secretariat. Finally, build HR capacity through regular training for fair and transparent processes. In conclusion, political interference is widespread and undermines meritocracy, competence, performance, morale, and trust. Addressing this requires robust merit-based policies, oversight, and capacity building. Thank you for viewing this video.